Concerns raised about children and the use of the internet. 2 remanded for allegedly shooting 2 officers. And in sports, 2 Bajans still not in the clear in the CFU bribery scandal.
With the compliments of Globe Finance, those are the headlines of tonight's edition of the Evening News. Next on CBC.
Credible, balanced, committed. This is the CBC Evening News.
Hello, good evening. I'm Lisa Broom with the CBC Evening News. The Barbados Workers Union is threatening industrial action against regional airline Liat. BWU General Secretary Sir Roy Trotman says the union is forced to protect what it calls the procedural integrity of labour management relations in Barbados.
The union is claiming that the 2 sides had met and agreed to continue negotiations, but it's accusing the airline of dishonoring that arrangement by locking out the workers. He said this meant that the company had declared industrial action against the union. According to Sir Roy, he sought to have the action corrected, but has not seen or heard of any effort to reverse the company's position. The Barbados Workers Union has given Liat until the end of business tomorrow to issue an apology and take corrective action. Sir Roy, in his letter to the airline's Chief Executive Officer Brian Challenger, noted that the 2 sides had been discussing how to resolve the local Liat issue without affecting the national tripartite social contract in Barbados. In a release today, Liat said the decision to close the Bridgetown ticketing office was ratified by the shareholder governments after almost 2 years of discussion between the company and its 10 trade unions, including the Barbados Workers Union. The airline says the continued expenditure on the offices was contributing to dangerously draining its financial resources. The statement said as well that Liat has made every effort to discuss with the unions the plans for the closure and the implementations of these plans. Liat says these discussions have resulted in a protocol signed between the company and unions on July 11 this year, which ensures that all severed employees are fairly treated and receive benefits, which in all cases exceed what is prescribed in local legislation and the various collective agreements. According to the statement, the Barbados Workers Union did not agree to sign the protocol with the other unions and has advised that Barbados, being the largest shareholder in Liat, has committed itself to job security through its social partnership agreement. It contends that the Barbados Workers Union, however, stated that while not agreeing with the closure, it wanted to be assured that its members would receive settlement on the same basis as agreed with the other unions. It adds that the Barbados Workers Union has never mentioned referring the matter of the CTO closure to the Barbados Social Partnership Mechanism. Mike Goddard, CBC News.
Barbados and other Caribbean countries are being warned about the dangers of internet usage by young people, some of whom are being lured and taken advantage of. The issue was raised this morning at the start of a conference organized by the Barbados Youth Development Council. We have more in this report.
The BYDC has joined forces with other youth bodies in the region over 2 days to come up with solutions to some of the problems affecting young people. About 60 young people from various Caribbean territories are gathered here at the Courtyard Marriott for the inaugural Regional Youth Seminar. Some of the issues to be discussed are unemployment, HIV/AIDS, chronic non-communicable diseases, and the CARICOM single market and economy.
The seminar seeks to look at re-establishing a regional youth council because we think it's very important for youth across the Caribbean to come together, to have one voice and to put their ideas, their issues, their agenda on the table and to promote that agenda.
Gun violence, education, and human resource development are also on the agenda. The seminar is being supported by a number of agencies, including the UNDP, whose representative expressed concern about how some children are using the internet.
It's extremely dangerous. We're seeing children, and it happens in Latin America a lot. They are lured from their homes by dangerous persons. They're killed, raped, murdered, abused. There are, from our organization, working with UNICEF and various others, there are some protocols being put in place to showcase proper behavior on the internet. We need to tell our little brothers and sisters, do not give anybody on the internet your phone number. Doesn't matter what they say to you.
Minister of Family, Culture, Youth and Sport, Stephen Lashley, says the meeting is timely as Barbados prepares to implement a national youth policy.
In a week's time, all stakeholders will be able to complete their contribution to the development of possible implementation strategies in relation to this national youth policy. We are also committed to ensuring that youth are engaged and can come together to caucus on issues of their choosing and make representation to government and other agencies. Hence the recent formation in Barbados of the National Youth Forum, which will exist under its own independent constitution prepared by the youth themselves.
The minister told the youth ambassadors he's concerned about the involvement of young people in cross-border drug peddling and wants assistance in curbing this trend. Sean Farrell, CBC News.
Barbados is joining the rest of the world in celebrating International Youth Day tomorrow. The theme for the day is Change Our World, and it is aimed at inspiring young people. In a message marking the day, the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon said far too many of the world's more than 1 billion young people lack the education, freedom and opportunities they deserve. But the world body says despite these constraints, and in some cases because of them, young people are mobilizing in growing numbers to build a better future. Recent violent crimes, including the double murder in St. George, have drawn the ire of the church. The Barbados Christian Council says it abhors recent incidents where some people have been moving in packs, terrorizing others, especially the most vulnerable. BXC Chairman Monsignor Vincent Harcourt Blackett says the council is inviting government and non-governmental agencies to come together to find a solution. A meeting is being planned for the end of this month.
As church, we feel that too often our call is not heeded and oftentimes rejected. For a long time, we have been worried by the number of activities that have been designed to lure people away from the church. When we speak about it, the church is projected as out of touch with the real world. The time has come for us to support each other through meaningful dialogue.
2 Christchurch young men have been remanded to Dodds Prison after appearing in the District A Magistrates Court this morning in connection with last Saturday's shooting of 2 police officers. 22-year-old Arlington Arthur Clarendon Daniel of Old Navy Road, Darrells Road, and 19-year-old William Vince Thornhill of Harmony Hall, St. Lawrence Gap have been remanded until September 8th. Police say Daniel is expected to appear in the District B Magistrates Court on drugs and firearms charges on August 15th. Daniel and Thornhill have been jointly charged with using a firearm in a public place last Saturday. In the meantime, 38-year-old Andrew Byer of Gittings Road, Harmony Hall, St. Michael, who also appeared in court today, has been remanded until September 8th. He's been charged with the illegal disposal of a licensed .38 caliber super firearm. More highway improvements get going. We'll explain when the evening news returns.